Hi everyone, some Gamer Dude here. This is the final update video for my game. Originally written in January, my illness over the end of that month prevented me from producing this video. And when I got around to giving my February update, I realized I'd already written this, going over a lot of my points. A lot of things have changed due to necessity, seeing how others are going and trying to make this work in the long run. On the 13th of January, I had a chat with a local store owner I trust and have frequented for years, explaining what I'm doing and the situation. He showed me his costs for TCGs and was rather honest with me. As a small business owner, it's too much risk buying from me directly. There isn't a safety net for the store if it fails, like there is if you buy from a distributor. Even though I can give better profit margins by cutting the middleman, the risk isn't worth it. I have a distributor for Australia close to me. The offices are within driving distance, but that's easier said than done. The fact of the matter is that distribution isn't willing to take you on unless you come from a big company or show established success via buzz, such as MetaZoo. Coming off the street, they don't care. It's a risk, and they're risk averse. Even if you have big numbers at Kickstarter, like Grand Archive, a game that got nearly 100 times the amount of money that MetaZoo did, if you don't have the buzz like MetaZoo got from Rudy, King Pokemon and others, they really don't care. It's also much more complicated than that. It's not as simple as manufacture, sell, profits. No, it's a case of it costs me X amount to produce. Art, manufacturing, taxes and shipping. I need to charge Y for it to be both profitable and continue based on the print run and projected sales. Distributor might not want it for Y. For their own margins, they need it for Z. That can really hurt and get you screwed. When you sell it to the distributor, there are more taxes, this time for them. Then when the store buys it from the distributor, that has to cover the distributor's profit margin, more taxes, and shipping. Now, when you finally buy the product, it goes up again to cover the store's costs, profits, and yes, more taxes. Stores do not have a high profit margin at all, especially smaller stores with their low volume. Your $20 Australian Yu-Gi-Oh! Structure deck did not cost the LGS $10. Of that I can assure you. So I won't beat around the bush. A TCG is too much of a risk. Investment is high, might fail to get a distributor on board, and as a consequence, enter a death spiral rather quickly, if Set 2 happens at all. If I want to have a future and grow, I need to understand the confines I move in, know from where I start, and make the best of the situation I can. Everything needs to be realistic and easily executed as an individual. For this reason, I'm moving to the expandable card game format. The costs are a magnitude of times lower, it's less time consuming to produce for both me and the artists, it's easier to sell directly to the consumer, and due to all of this, the risks are much lower. I already know my numbers and what sales I'll have to continue per set. There is still potential for a TCG down the track, and if stores want to buy directly, I'm more than happy to work with them. But for now, an expandable card game is the best foundation. Who knows? Maybe an expandable card game is a better fit in the long run. In related matters, I can't do it for the price point I had originally stated. The price is too low with the volume I'm projected to sell. I had never accounted for company taxes. It completely slipped my mind. That's on me, unfortunately. I should have remembered this when I was doing my numbers. I absolutely won't be able to do Set 2 if I price sets at 60 Australian. After manufacturing and shipping, then 2 lots of taxes, company tax that I need to put aside, and GST, I can't do it. The money won't be there. I'd need to sell more than is projected just to get Set 2 going into production, and it'd be in the red by Set 3. I'm sorry about this, it is reality. I was told by the local store owner that I was potentially pricing myself too low. It was true. If I raise the price, I can get by. Truth be told, I'd really like to go for 80 Australian /60 USD, a 33% increase. That price point would solve a lot of problems, and it's not like you aren't getting your money's worth with that. Full playsets, 3 decks, half of the cards in each deck are full art foil. You only need to buy it once, unless you want multiple playsets of certain cards, or complete full art decks. I'm only doing 3 sets a block, so if you just want the deck straight, it's only 240 Australian / 180 USD annually, plus shipping. I just think those round numbers make it a hard sell. It's not that much less and still a 25% increase, but 75 Australian / 55 USD is about the best I can do. I am apologetic if that price increase does price you out, but it really can't be helped. As I said from the start, we are realistically only looking to sell to about 200 individual people. That's generally what a lot of Kickstarters have done prior to the boom anyway. How much each person buys, I don't know. Maybe some people really want their full arts, but it's best to be conservative. Base everything off that 200 number and a 500 unit print run. So again, to be completely transparent, here's how things will go. The projected price per set is 75 Australian / 55 USD. For that you get 3 decks, all cards are at playset, and half of each playset are full art foil. The Kickstarter product will be renamed to Alpha Block Set 1 from Block 1 Set 0 as to give the ECG product its own numbering system, distinct from the intended TCG product. Using the Greek alphabet for blocks will keep me going for about 20 years, so I think we're fine. I'm still designing blocks at once as one big set, but instead of breaking them down into each of the 3 sets as I'd intended, I'm using this list plus priorly released cards to make waves of decks. Core product will be released every 4 months, 3 products a year, and will be a set of 3 decks. Decks can include between 4 and 6 priorly released cards of the total 13 per deck, a rough approximation of what you would have made with most of the tools by the end of the block at your disposal. While sets are designed with 2 versions of each character, each deck will be designed with one in mind and only come with one. Each card in each deck will depict the character it came in. Therefore, for the first 2 years, new art for every card. This is all in an effort to preserve content for if/when actual TCG sets happen. Alternative versions of characters, new art, cards you haven't seen, etc. TCG sets still need a sales hook for those who bought the ECG type product. Product will be made to pre-order, just so I know how much to make. I will be talking about what characters are included, how they play, and whether cards included can help priorly released characters before you commit to the pre-order. I really want you to have a decent idea of what you're getting yourself into. I'll be pushing the game the best I can. I'll be making a new YouTube channel where I'll be covering previews, stock deck primers, deck techs, unveiling new characters, explaining new mechanics, highlighting certain cards or art, talking about upcoming product, and engaging with the player base via Q&A and survey results. I will be mirroring this content on the Some Gamer Dude channel until Alpha Set 2. If we get to the position where the TCG can happen, there is enough interest there, I'll make the move on distributors, or hopefully they see it. I'll finish up that block so the ECG has closure, and then we move on to the TCG. If they overlap, I'm sure it will be fine. If by Gamma it's just looking like we're stuck as an expandable card game, I will start working older characters into the newer product with their alternative versions to keep popular characters in rotation and refresh the line. Cards held back will probably find the same fate. Characters would have to be repeated anyway to keep them around, so this isn't a massive change. With all of that, I hope everything will turn out well. This has been Some Gamer Dude, and thank you so much for watching.